Hey everyone, in this video we're going to make a beautiful aglio olio, but with an extra ingredient to it, because why not? So I think we can start. Hey everyone, so in this video we're going to make a beautiful aglio olio, but from scratch. We're going to make the dough, shape it, make the aglio olio also with the extra ingredient to it. We're going to add shrimp. We're going to make a combination of shrimp, chili flakes, the aglio olio itself, and lemon zest to give it the maximum flavor that we can with fewer ingredients, but with the impact. So let's start by prepping the dough, and after that marinating a little bit the shrimp. For the dough we're going to need a nice bowl, flour. The flour that I'm using here, it's a Semolina. I'm going to leave you a link to the one that I'm buying usually from Amazon. It's very nice. You don't need to actually go to the store and buy it. They're going to deliver it to your place. And also usually it's a little bit more cheaper. So we're going to use the Semolina. You can use 00 if you want. Salt. Mix it with a fork. Create a small hole in the middle, and we're going to add, for every 100 grams of flour or semolina that you're using, 1 whole egg. Olive oil, a little bit, and start mixing it and working it out a little bit with a fork, and after that with your hands. If you're doing it by hand, make sure to use your palms to press the dough and actually start kneading it in the bowl. You can do it over the table, but in my opinion, in the bowl with pasta, it's much easier to do it and actually press it, and it's shaping it much better in a round shape. Beautiful. When we have a nice shape pasta dough, we're going to let it rest with a plastic wrap or like a bag or something, so it's not going to dry. We're going to let it rest for half an hour, something like that. Meantime, you can start work on the shrimp. For the shrimps, we're going to take them and cut them into smaller pieces, marinate them with 1 garlic clove that we're going to crush and chop, salt and pepper, olive oil, mix them and let them marinate now. Meantime, we're rolling the dough and shaping it. Also, just to let you know, all the ingredients and the method of cooking with the measurements and some of the ingredients that I'm ordering from online, I'm going to leave you in the description below. So make sure to check them out when you have time. So, when the dough is already rested, now it's time to shape it. We're going to use a pasta machine. You can use just a rolling pin and a knife. I'm going to make tagliolini using the pasta machine and also use the roller side of it. So if you want to look for a pasta machine that you can start making pasta at home, a little bit nicer, you know, and also something to do with the kids, I'm going to leave you a link in the description below. So we're going to cut the pasta into 3. The pasta that we're not going to use, we're going to cover. Meantime, we're rolling this one. Press a little bit the pasta, a little bit flour using the pasta machine. Start rolling it. Usually when I'm doing the pasta, first 2 rolls, I'm doing it on the first to make it a little bit more even in the dough. And after that, I'm starting to go thinner. Beautiful. Now, thinner. Beautiful. When you have a nice sheet, a little bit flour to dry the surface, and we're going to trim the edges to make it a little bit nicer, and put it aside to dry a little bit before we're actually going to cut it. Scraps, put it with the next one, and same process. Open the pasta machine, don't forget to open it, and roll it. Beautiful, you can see the nice texture and color that we have here. And with the Italian version, usually 1 is the widest and 9 is the most thinner on the rolling part. Usually for this type of sauce that we are making, like Olio and all of this, I prefer to do it not too thin, but not too thick. I'm doing it on maximum 5, you know. 7, 8, they are really thin, and in my opinion, you don't actually feel the nice taste of the pasta. 5, 4, this is perfect for this. So, same thing we're going to do like with the first one. We're going to cut it. Usually let them dry for at least 10 to 15 minutes, and after that, it's much easier to cut them, because when you have the outside surface a little bit dry out, after that, the cutting is precise. It's actually cutting the dough. Where if you're not going to actually give it to dry a little bit, the dough sometimes is going to be sticky still with the oil and the eggs and everything. And when you're going to put it through the machine, it's not actually going to cut it. You know, you're going to have to detach them individually, one from another. When you're letting it dry a little bit, it's going to be much easier. So, I'm going to put them on the other side and make beautiful tagliolini. So, each sheet, it's a rough portion, yeah? You can weigh them, but for me, I'm going to put everything in one pot and cook it. Now in the restaurants, you're actually going to start weighting them. So, flour, a little bit, and put them on a sheet. So, same with all other sheets. Beautiful. Now, let's clean a little bit and put the water to start cooking the pasta. So, meantime we're waiting for the water to boil, and to it we're going to add a nice amount of salt. We're going to chop really fine parsley leaves. Try to use only parsley leaves without the stems. The stems are not good in this particular dish. Usually you can get out with it, but here you will feel the stems. You don't want to use them. You want to use really nice leaves and chop them really fine. We have the lemon that we're going to use just the zest. So you should have a zester close by. Garlic. In this recipe I prefer to slice it instead of crushing it and chopping it, so it's not going to burn really fast, and we don't want so intense of the flavor of the garlic, because if you crushing it, you have more flavor of the garlic when you just slicing it, you know. And meantime we're waiting for the pasta now to cook. Let's start work on the sauce. We're going to start as usual with nice olive oil. Add to it, when it's still cold, the garlic, all of it. Open all the flavors, and we're going to add the chili. After you stir in the pasta, keep some of the water of the pasta aside. We're going to use it to bring the sauce and everything together. And add your pasta. Toss it 1-2 times, and we're going to add fresh olive oil now. A little bit. Beautiful. And the parsley. We're going to add salt, a little bit pepper, and the lemon zest. Toss it. And to bring it a little bit to a nice consistency with the oil and everything, add a little bit of the water of the pasta. The starches in the water of the pasta and the pasta itself now here when it's hot, it's going to bring everything together and create a nice sauce. When it's ready, take it out to a plate, pan, back on the heat. I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil. Again, it's olio, you know, garlic we have enough. And add the shrimp. Beautiful. By cooking the shrimp inside the pan that we did the olio, you're taking all the flavors that are left in the pan into the shrimp. Give it 2-3 tosses and take it out. Beautiful. And this is how you make an amazing pasta from start to finish by yourself with shrimps and with a few ingredients and a lot of flavors. So Make sure to let me know how you find this recipe in the comments below. And also, if you're new to this channel and you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, because more of those recipes are coming up every week. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Andrei. This is Think of Food.